What's up, everybody? I'm so excited to talk more about RuneScape 3 leagues. We just got a huge info dump, and we are going to go over all the details and do a full breakdown of the Tier 1 relics. First off, we now have confirmation on the format of this league, and it is not region locked. We will have full access to the entire game world as soon as we spawn in, which makes perfect sense to me. I've said in the past that region locking wouldn't really work well because of the way RuneScape 3 is designed. We also have confirmation that we have a total of 7 relic tiers, and each relic tier also has passive unlocks. The only ones confirmed so far are XP multipliers, unlimited run energy, and faster growth cycles for farming. I'm assuming increased drop rates will also be included in some of those tiers, but that is not confirmed at this time. It has also been confirmed that the starting XP rate is going to be 4x. We don't have any confirmation on what the quest situation is going to look like, but we can get an idea by looking at some of the tasks shown, which does include a few quests like Witch's House and one Piercing Note. But there are some odd tasks on here, like Swap to the Lunar Spellbook, which seems to be marked as an easy task even though Lunar Diplomacy has a good amount of prereqs. Meanwhile, entering Xanaris through the Lumber Swamp is a hard task, so it doesn't really make any sense because Lost City is a prereq for Lunar Diplomacy. So maybe Lost City is auto-completed, but we need to go and craft our own Draymond Staff. Here we have a look at the task completed pop-up, which shows the task tier on the left with the points earned. Then on the right you see which region the task is associated with along with your current league point total underneath that, which is a nice change compared to old school, so now you don't have to open the Leagues tab to check your points. Here we get a blurry look at the first relic tiers, and I'm honestly really struggling to make them out. It looks like Tier 2 is agility, thieving, and farming. Tier 3 is most likely teleportation, but I can't really tell what any of the logos are. In Tier 4 it looks like last recall in the middle, and then the clue scroll underneath, and the relic at the top looks like it might be Banker's Note, but I really can't tell what the rest are. Now, in the background of the video, we can see a bunch of Relic logos on the TV, which looks like it confirms that we are getting style-specific combat relics, as we can see relics of a wizard hat, a bow and arrow, crossed swords, and a necromancy skull. There seems to also be a prayer relic and an adrenaline relic. I don't think any of the other relics on here jump out to me as being combat-focused. Jagex shared a small amount of the easy tasks, but I don't think there's anything really too interesting in there, so we won't spend any time going over them. But instead, let's take a look at the tasks they showed on the blog. Now, everything on here is pretty straightforward, but the one task I really want to talk about is the Master Skilling task. It says fully explore the Everlight dig site. Now, what this means is that most likely every single dig site completion is going to be a master task, which is worth 400 points. This means archaeology is going to be very important for getting a lot of points, and this will be very relevant when we talk about the Tier 1 relics. Okay, now that all of that is out of the way, let's finally talk about the Tier 1 relics. These 3 relics are similar in that they are focused around 2 gathering skills. So first off, we have Animal Wrangler, which gives you what I can only assume is a best in slot harpoon that I hope can be augmented. Fishing requires no bait. You have 50% increased catch rate on fishing, and all fish are not only sent to the bank but also automatically cooked, which can be toggled by the harpoon. The hunter half of this relic gives you 100% success rate on hunter catches, doubles all your hunter loot, and sends it all to the bank. To be honest, this is the weakest of the 3 Tier 1 relics in my opinion. The auto banking and cooking can already be solved via porters and the bait and switch archaeology relic. The bonus catch rate is nice, especially for doing Croasis, but it isn't big enough to justify taking the relic. The hunter part of this relic is borderline useless because RS3 has a hunter training method called Whirly Gigs, which gives an insane amount of hunter XP, and the fail rate there doesn't really matter because you can bypass it by just spam clicking. Doubling the resources at Whirly Gigs would be nice for getting Penance Powder, but to be honest, I think Penance Powder is more of a mainscape bait. It's not really going to make or break anything you do. It's kind of nice for doing your first few Zuck runs, but other than that, I think it's kind of a scam. Okay, next is Divine Woodcutter, which is a woodcutting and divination relic. Like the other relics in this tier, you get a hatchet that can toggle auto burn, or if the auto burn is disabled, you can auto bank logs and birds' nests. The divination half will auto deposit memories, auto capture chronicles, energy wisps will last longer, and all energy received will be doubled. I'm hoping this hatchet works like the memory dowser, which lets you gather energy from a distance. The woodcutting part of this relic is honestly pretty bad, but the divination part is great. If the League's XP multiplier works for XP gained from Guthix Cash, then this relic loses a lot of its power in my opinion. With the Guthix Cash XP being increased by such a large amount, it should only take a few days to get 80 divination for invention, then only a bit more for 94 divination for the highest energy tier. I also think there will be a passive tier unlock that reduces divine charge drain rate, most likely on the combat relic tier. Okay, last but not least is the excavator relic. This is the mining and smithing and archaeology and sort of crafting relic. So again, you get a powerful gathering tool that auto smelts ore into bars, auto cuts gems, and sends them all straight to the bank. Rock opportunities deal even more damage, and mining geodes have a chance to give archaeology materials. Then the archaeology half gives you extra chronotes when turning in artifacts. All artifacts require only half the materials, which is very important for Ironmen, and the time sprite never moves, letting you benefit from the time sprite buff constantly, even when full AFK. Now, unfortunately, this doesn't seem to auto-bank when gathering for archaeology, but hey, this relic is already insanely powerful, and giving it that effect would pretty much just destroy the tier 1 relic choice even more than it already has been. So yeah, obviously this is the best of the 3 tier 1 relics. It just provides the most benefit. It helps you level 2 out of the 3 skills required for invention. Also, we know that fully completing a dig site is a master tier task, which means archaeology is going to be huge for getting points, and speeding that up means you'll get those points even faster than everyone else. Also, archaeology relics are insanely powerful for both skilling and PvM. In fact, some of the archaeology relics give you the effects of the previous 2 relics we just looked at, like auto cooking, dumping all your divine energy. I mean, there's even a relic for auto burning logs. Those other 2 relics just suck. So to recap, here's my ranking of the tier 1 relics. Excavator is number 1 by country mile, then Divine Woodcutter, and then way down at the bottom is going to be Animal Wrangler. Before I end the video, I want to talk about the 3 mystery relics from the last video, and I don't think they are relics at all, but some other kind of progression point. Since I now realize what I thought was Crosshair is now clearly the AOD arena, which would make sense since the other 2 that we see are also boss fight related with Karapak and Zuck. Maybe this is a unique mechanic for the league that Jagex is keeping secret, because we saw no hint at what these could be from today's video. And I think that's all I have for you guys today in this video. Jagex shared that they'll be doing an advent calendar style news drop starting on August 29th, revealing relics and info all the way up to September 11th. I don't think I'll be able to make a video for every single daily reveal, but when I do, I'll cover the days I missed, which I think is better since then I'll be able to have more information and more context to better judge the relics. Let me know what you guys think of the tier 1 relics and what you guys are most excited about to get done in leagues. I'll see you all in the next video.